I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another video. So in this video, we will simulate our CMOS inverter that we had designed in our previous video. So the first step to simulate your design is to navigate to Launch ADL. This is to launch your analog design environment. Here, the things that we have to select is what type of analysis, transient, DC, AC, etc. And we need to select the signals that have to be plotted. So let us go ahead and choose which type of analysis we want. Let it be transient and the stop time of 40 nanoseconds. And let us choose the outputs to be plotted on our schematic. Let us plot the inputs and output waveforms respectively, and let us run simulations. So your lines are dotted, so you can easily make it solid by going to style, making it solid. So let us split our waveforms here. The waveform on top is our output and the waveform on bottom are our inputs. So the main things that we need to calculate here are the propagation delay from low to high, the propagation delay from high to low, and the propagation delay of our CMOS inverter. So we can calculate this by making use of the inbuilt calculator, that is in tools calculator. Here in our function panel, we can select the delay option and make sure the wave is ticked and your clip is unticked. The signal 1 and signal 2 have to be same to calculate the propagation delay from low to high or to high to low. So propagation delay from low to high is the time taken by your signal to move from 10% to 90% of its VDD, and from high to low is to move from 90% to 10% of VDD, that is 0.2 to 1.8 volts and 1.8 volts to zero point 0.2 volts. So let us go ahead and select both the signal 1 and signal 2 as our output, and as you can see it is the rising edge 1. So rising edge 1, threshold value 1 is 0.2 volts and threshold value 2 is 1.8 volts. Click apply and you can evaluate it by pressing this button here. So as you can see, the propagation delay from low to high is 146.5 picoseconds. So let us calculate the propagation delay from high to low, that is 90% of VDD to 10% of VDD, and this is falling edge number 2. Falling edge number 2. Hit apply and so as you can see, the propagation delay from high to low is 151.3 picoseconds. So now to calculate the propagation delay of your inverter, we have to measure the input at 50% of VDD and measure at what time we get 50% at output. So for that we have to select our input signal as signal 1, that is 50% of VDD, and the time that the output takes to reach 50% of VDD. So your input is 50% of 2 volts is 1 volt, your output 50% of 2 volts is also 1 volt, and your input is falling edge number 1, output is rising edge number 1. Hit apply and evaluate it. So the propagation delay is 122.3 picoseconds. So your propagation delay is 50% of input to 50% of output, the time taken between these two values. So go ahead and tabulate all these values. So let us see for which case we have simulated our design. So this is for your width of PMOS twice the width of NMOS. So you can do the same for your width of PMOS equal to, and there is another case for which your width of NMOS is twice that of width of PMOS. So for that your width of NMOS will be 800 nanometers. So go ahead and check and save it and run your design. So follow the same steps to measure the propagation delay of your inverter and also the rise time and fall times, that is low to high and high to low of your output, and tabulate them, make a neat table and fill up all the columns and see what is happening by changing the width of your NMOS and PMOS. You can also notice that by increasing the width of a particular transistor by increasing the width of your PMOS, the rise time becomes faster, and by increasing the width of your NMOS, the fall time becomes faster. This is because the width is directly proportional to your current. So if there is more current flowing through it, the transistor becomes faster, right? So by increasing the width of your transistor, you are making it faster. So this was it, your basic simulations on your inverter. So make sure to stay tuned to our upcoming videos in which I'll be creating the schematics and performing simulations on more complex circuits and also designing the layouts of all these circuits. Thank you for watching. Stay